there's one point that I want to make about this game and how it played out, because I got the feeling from the people around the program that they loved the fact that North Carolina came back. I think that they wanted to be tested. I think that there was actually a little bit of a concern there about the fact that they've been able to roll over teams in the ACC and that they haven't really dealt with game pressure in close situations and had success doing it. Like, well, outside of tonight, what was the closest game they played in the ACC where there was real game pressure? Was it Wake Forest on the road?
Clemson.
Yeah,
well, they lost, Clemson,
and they lost Clemson. Now, to be fair, if there's no wet spot on the floor, I don't know if they lose that game to Clemson. But the three losses that they took were all mistakes that were made down the stretch, and some of the guys that were on the floor tonight got a little bit of experience playing under a pressure situation like that. So I thought that this was something that Duke needed.
They blew a 20 whatever point lead. They almost blew it. They should have blown the game. Like they didn't exactly play well under that pressure, did they?
Yeah,
you were there.
No, I know it's really is a concern. And the thing about it is, like, this was kind of a microcosm of North Carolina's season, right? Like, they were atrocious at the start. They figured things out in the second half. They made a run. Yeah. But it wasn't quite enough to get over the hump and win the game that they needed to be able to get into the tournament and get out of the hole that they dug themselves at the start of the season. And I'll say this about Duke, right? I thought that tonight was the first real time that I've watched them where I said it might be a problem that there is no true point guard on this roster. Because what North Carolina did in the second half, like, Duke was killing them on finding ways to be able to get Conn-Knippel and Tyrese Proctor either in ball screen situations and DHO situations, or where they're curling off of a screen, where they got the North Carolina guy trailing them and they're able to get in those 2-on-1 situations, because Ben Allen Lubin's got no chance when they're playing a drop against Conn or Tyrese Proctor with Kama Malawak rolling to the rim. And the one thing that I thought was, really, really telling was late in the second half when Seth Trimble was out there and when Drake Powell was out there, the ball pressure, the on-ball pressure that North Carolina put on Duke was something where I don't think that the Blue Devils were really able to handle it at all. And that was the one big concern that I had coming out of this. Is there a point guard on this Duke roster? And it's the first time all year that I've had that question, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, there is. His name's Cooper Flagg. He's not a point guard. He's a point forward. And this team, you can't evaluate him, Rob, based on what you saw tonight, unless you're not going to see him again in the NCAA tournament, right? Which I don't know. You may have a better feel for that right now, whether you think we're gonna see him again.
I do think that we'll see him again. He was moving around fairly, not in the ACC tournament. I don't think that he's playing. He's not playing.
I think
tomorrow.
Shire said he's not. I think Shire ruled him out for the ACC title game already.
Yeah, I mean, they basically did that before. Like, it's not. He's not playing tomorrow. They're not gonna risk it. There's nothing. They're not playing for an ACC tournament championship here. They're playing for an NCAA championship. So, I think that we'll see him. My guess is the second round of the NCAA tournament is when we see Cooper Flagg again. Why risk him against a 16 seed that you're going to roll over regardless of who you got? You probably can beat whoever you get in the second round pretty easily without Cooper Flagg. But that's kind of where I'm at with it. Listen, we are going to get to a break here. On the other side, we have Mike LaTulip in Indianapolis. He's going to be breaking down everything Big Ten tournament coming up next.